why the DNC is so important. That's why our local state parties are so important. And although we haven't been able to do as much as I would like in order to assure that we got the results we did in this election, I'm absolutely confident that it can be done. We just got to be a little more strategic, and we got to work a little bit harder. And for the next 2 months, my main job is to make sure we finish up strong, so that when I turn over the keys, I can continue to say unequivocally and demonstrably that the country's better off than when I found it. Part of that is also facilitating a decent transition so that the American people are as well served as they can be with the incoming administration. But then I'm going to be a private citizen, and I'm not going to stop as citizen working on behalf of the things that I care about. And I'm hoping that I'm going to have the opportunity to work with a whole bunch of you in all kinds of different ways. And now's not the time for me to spell out how that might happen, but I'm sure that we are going to be working shoulder to shoulder for many, many years to come. Just a couple of final thank yous. Again, Hillary Clinton did unbelievable work. So did Bernie Sanders. My two partners here, Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi, I could not have better partners than them in everything that we've accomplished. I want you to know, because I've been reading a lot of these reports, this notion that somehow all the work we did suddenly gets stripped away. Let me tell you something. We got more done than any administration in the last who knows how many decades. And if they roll back 15 or 20% of that, we're still 80% ahead. And that's not going to be as easy as I think some people feel, particularly if we continue to make the case and mobilize. I just, in my press conference, talked about the fact that, suddenly everybody's going to realize that 20 million people with health insurance that didn't have it before, and protection against discrimination for pre-existing conditions and discounts for seniors and all this stuff, when you poll these things individually, people like them, and they don't want them taken away. And we're going to be in a position to make the case that, the work we've done is good, and a lot of it needs to be preserved. And if it can be proved upon, then we should be open-minded to improving it. The bottom line is that, I don't know about y'all, but I'm still fired up and I'm still ready to go. Admittedly, I will take a vacation for a couple weeks after my presidency's over. But then we're going to get back to work. And for any of you who doubt, by the way, how quickly things can change and how fast the clouds can part, you remember that speech I gave in Boston? It was a pretty good speech, and I ended up winning the U.S. Senate race, an unknown state senator up until that point. And when I arrived in Washington in 2005, I was sworn in, and everybody was really happy, and I was really proud. That was also the same time where John Kerry had lost a really close election. Tom Daschle had lost his seat and was no longer leader in the Senate. I think Ken Salazar and I were the only two Democrats across the country that had won. Republicans controlled the Senate and the House and the presidency. Things were looking pretty bleak. 2 years later, Democrats were taking over Congress, and 4 years later, I was president of the United States. So I've seen it. And the reason that happens is because of all of you. And that's why I'm proud of you, and that's why I'm proud to be a Democrat. Let's learn our lessons, lick our wounds, brush ourselves off, then we'll get back to work. All right? Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mr. President. Travel safely. Will do. All right. As the President said, we are going to finish strong. We're going to finish strong. We have so much to do over the next 2 months. Josh, I want to thank you for your tremendous leadership and want to congratulate you once again. I know you have a lot of work ahead, but your service to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, thank you so much, and I hope you're with us
as we begin our work and focusing on the future. So thank you for your great leadership as well.
Thank you. You can count on it.
Well, pursuant to the party's charter and bylaws, the next slate of officers will be elected at the winter DNC meeting held prior to March 1st, 2017. Also, per the party's rules, and prior to that meeting, there will be procedures in place to govern how the elections is conducted. The Rules and Bylaws Committee will meet December 1st through 3rd, along with the Association of Democratic State Chairs in Denver, Colorado. We will be putting out those rules, and everyone will be able to assess it on our website. In accordance with the practice of past elections, these rules and information about the process will be made available to the press and to the public. I just want to say on behalf of the officers, I was unable to get them in the queue. I want to thank all of you once again for your service. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to working with the Unity Commission, which was approved at our convention, and I look forward to focusing on how we win elections in the future. So with that, Operator, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you all in the future. Thank you.
That does conclude today's call. You may now disconnect.